Morning traders, this is Frank Cholly with RJO Futures in Chicago, coming to you on Tuesday morning, May 14th with your grain market morning commentary. Currently we have corn trading 2 to 3 cents lower, soybeans are steady, and wheat looks to be 1 to 2 better. I want to remind everybody real quick, today is the last trading day for the May futures, so you should be out of that contract by now. Don't trade to May. Yesterday we got the weekly update on the crop planting progress and the winter wheat crop condition. In the corn, we show that 28% of the planting is complete. This compares to an average of 65% for this week, and that was pretty much in line with expectations, but we're way behind. And normally this time of year we see a lot of work get done, sometimes as much as 50%, but it's usually the second half of the crop getting planted. We're still at the very beginning. We're hopeful that by next week we're up to 50% complete, but it's going to depend a lot, obviously, on the rain. So we'll keep an eye on that. But at this point, the market's starting to build in a little bit of premium, fearful that there's going to be a loss of acres and that there will also be a loss of yield. Right now, the market is still factoring in about 158 bushels per acre. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. It is getting kind of late. It's been unseasonably cold, so at some point, I think that we're going to see the USDA lower their expectations on acres and yields, and obviously then corn prices will need to move a little higher. So there's something else to keep in mind here. The wild card is always China, the biggest consumer in the world of commodities. They're dealing with a similar weather situation in the corn. They're way behind, and there was some talk out yesterday that China's going to need to import more corn than twice as much, actually, than what they normally do. So that could be a big factor on the corn prices as well. If China needs corn, look out. Now, planting in the soybeans, 6% complete, compared to an average 24% for this week in history. So we're also seeing a shifting in demand, though, to South America. We've been talking about this for a couple months now. Eventually it had to happen. So we're seeing a little less on the demand side there. But the old crop, new crop soybean spread has been very strong. It's $2.10 or something now. A week ago it was just $1.60. So that's showing that there is some concern with the tightness of the supply. But if anything, I'd say with the new crop, things are looking kind of bearish. We may see that we lose some acres in the corn because of the delays, but as a result, we'll likely get more soybean acres out of it. So we could see some added acres there in the soybeans. That's bearish long term, but again, the weather is always important. The July soybeans, a very key level coming up. We're at 14.18 or so into July right now. 14.31 and a half, 14.32. That's the 200-day moving average. You know I like that average. We may go up there, touch that, and that's where perhaps the sellers finally step up. In the winter wheat crop condition, the condition remained unchanged. We have just 32% of the crop good to excellent, while we have 39% poor to very poor. So no changes there, but we were hoping to get some sort of improvement. That's something to watch. Wheat right now tends to follow corn. That market's very much in a sideways, very flat, sort of tight ranges there, while corn seems to be moving a little bit higher, having bigger ranges. It's unusual to see corn be more volatile than wheat, but don't expect that to last very long. At some point, wheat's going to break out of this sideways range, and at this point I would say, I'd favor the upside based on the condition of the crop. Also, spring wheat planting, 43% complete compared to an average for this time of year, 63%. So let's keep an eye on that. That's all I have time for now. There's much more to talk about, so give me a call, shoot me an email. My number is 800-826-4124. And as always, remember that trading commodity futures does involve substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for everyone. Thank you.